Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, it's just going to be more interviews. Today we have two teachers. My civics teacher, Mr. Ferber, and Mr. Steen, which is the Dean of Students there at South. I hope y'all enjoy it, and make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Enjoy the video.
I am Mr. Ferber, and I teach U.S. History and Civics here at Sheboygan South High School.
What is it like being a teacher?
Being a teacher is a lot of things. One of the best parts about being a teacher is getting to meet and interact with students such as yourself, creating relationships with students who have similar interests, and building up on their abilities to perform in class is very rewarding. It is a pretty taxing position, only in the sense that I put a lot of myself, energy, and emotion into my job, and then when I get home, I kind of need that time to recharge before going back the next day. It's a very active, on-the-ball job. So, yeah, it's fun. I love what I do. I love where I work, and I love meeting new people, and students are a plethora of new people. So it's a great time.
What is your day-to-day basis?
My day-to-day basis, as in what do I do daily? Or,
yes.
Okay. The full routine, the Mr. Ferber routine: wake up, walk my dog, make my bed, get ready for work, go to work from 7:45 to 3:15. I have U.S. history classes, civics classes, resource rooms, guided study. I usually go to lunch to let my dog out, and then I, after school, sometimes have Dungeons and Dragons, chess club, and other kind of student-led activities like going to sports games and stuff like that. So that's the day today.
If you couldn't have this job, like it was already filled, what would you do instead?
Well, that's the cool thing about being a teacher is you get a few months off to try other things. Not that those things would replace the job you already have, but that they kind of work in tandem. So I do flooring installation over the summers, and that's pretty fun to get to do like a hands-on job. Manual labor is very rewarding in a very different way than educational labor has been. But other than that, my dream job was always being a voice actor. That is what I wanted to do when I was in middle school and high school. So, yeah.
That's very nice. What has been your weirdest experience here at South?
Weirdest experience? That is a good question. I haven't really been like extremely weirded out here. I'd say our most recent silly fire alarm. That was fun. It wasn't weird, but it was, why did they go off? And only some of them in some hallways or certain hallways. I think it was a wire trip just because we were replacing the system. But it was fun sitting outside and chatting with students who I haven't seen in a while. But it was a little weird.
Do you enjoy living in the Sheboygan area?
Oh, yeah. I grew up in Sheboygan County. I was technically born in the city of Sheboygan and lived here for a little bit. I grew up in Cedar Grove, which is right on the border of Sheboygan County, so I used to come to the city all the time. But now that I've lived in the city for about 2 years, yeah, I love it. A lot of cool opportunities.
What was your favorite subject in high school and why?
This is a gimme. It's U.S. history, or history in general, but U.S. specifically. APUSH was my favorite class that I ever took, and yeah, I just like learning the stories of people and then having that same realization, like, oh, this actually happened. It's not like
it's not like a fictional story.
Yeah, exactly. You can make some cool fictional stories about it too.
Yeah,
it all happened. So
I enjoy U.S. history too. It's a lot of fun.
It's good. It's a good subject.
What is one time you have procrastinated?
Oh, there's not just one. It's probably up in the billions at this point, especially after college. I procrastinate for everything. What I learned in college, though, is that there's two types of students, and both are just as valid as the other. There's a student who gets anxious and does things right away, and to the procrastinator, that student is annoying because it's like, hey, come on, why aren't we taking our time? Why aren't we thinking about this, whatever? And then the other type of student is the procrastinator, who is annoying to the first type because they would rather wait to the last minute where they finally whether or not they even thought about the project. They finally are at the point where there's no return. The secret third type is the person who's late. I was never late. My procrastination was never to turn something in after the fact or anything like that. I always got it in on time, and I usually got a pretty good grade. So,
Nice.
yeah.
What was your least favorite subject in high school? And
Math. I just didn't get it, and I still don't. I think everyone's pretending that just works. So, and I'm done pretending. So I've opened my eyes.
I like math a lot.
I'm happy for you. I couldn't do it, and so therefore I hate it because I'm bad at it. Yeah. Self-admitted.
That makes sense. I don't like English because some of the projects I don't really understand.
Yeah, English is. I loved English. So there you go. Different types of students.
What is one message you have for younger generations?
One message I have for younger generations. I think I grew up raised by the generation that was very practical. So get a degree or get a job and keep things realistic. And I think I would say to the generation coming up after me, the opposite is I think people already inherently know that they should be realistic about their lives and what the consequences of chasing dreams could be, risk. But I don't think I would ever tell them not to, right? So like if you wanted to be a voice actor, do it, try it, get as much experience as you can. Don't, just say, well, I could never do it. Because I think that's the kind of mentality of the generation before me was like, you got to get really lucky, and luck plays into it, but you could be the one who gets lucky, you know what I mean? So, and I think skill and determination also play into it just as much as luck do. So if you don't get lucky, but you put a lot of effort into it and you're really good at it, you'll probably still make it in some way, shape, or form. So I would just say follow your dreams, as cheesy as that sounds, but do it and actually commit to it. If you're not good at art and you want to become an animator, maybe then your dream is to go to an animator. You could learn, but if it isn't working out, then it's time to be realistic versus just being just be realistic from the front. So, yeah, that would be my advice.
All right, well, that is all the questions I have for you.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. Would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ben Steen. I am the Dean of Students here at Sheboygan South High School.
What is it like being the Dean of Students?
It can be a lot. Day to day is always something different, so I like that my days aren't always the same. I get to do behind the scenes work of putting things together for students and creating new, I guess not creating, but being able to support students from a policy standpoint, but then also having my day-to-day experiences with students all focused on really growing them as people and in their academics. So I enjoy it a lot.
If you weren't able to have this position here at South, what would you do instead?
If I was not a teacher, what would I want to do? That is a really good question. I think I would maybe still want to do something within teaching. So I think it'd be cool to maybe be a counselor or maybe a therapist for students in school. I think that would be really cool.
What has been your weirdest experience as the Dean of Students here?
Weirdest experience? That's tough. I guess by weird, I mean, I would say this, the weirdest thing is the fact that I no longer can say what's weird anymore because, everything that happens on a day-to-day basis, it all just, goes in and comes out. It's just everything's normal to me at this point. That's the weirdest thing, is that everything is now normal to me.
I understand that a lot. A lot of things happen during the school
Yeah,
day.
absolutely.
Do you enjoy living in the Sheboygan area, and what's your favorite part about it?
Yeah, so I was actually born and raised in Sheboygan. So I've been here my whole life, except for going away for college. And I love it here. And I would say my favorite thing about Sheboygan is the lakeside. And not even just for going to the beach and swimming or hanging out on the beach, but just the lakeside in general. When you drive past it, it's always been there for me. In high school, anytime I was upset or whatever, I used to love driving on the lakeside. It was kind of calming. So I really like having the lake in Sheboygan.
That's very nice. What was your favorite subject in high school and why?
My favorite subject, man. You know what's crazy is I actually looked at my transcripts the other day, and I thought I was a way better student than I was. My grades were not as good as I had thought they were. So my favorite subject in school, I don't know if it was my favorite subject the whole time, but English. I had a creative writing class that I really, really liked with a teacher. So I would say creative writing, I guess English, but it was only for that specific class. So yeah.
What is one time you have procrastinated?
Every day. Every day. I'm a huge procrastinator.
I feel that a lot.
Yeah, big time.
What was your least favorite subject and why?
Least favorite subject. In high school, I would say that I didn't truly understand the value of education at the time. It didn't really hit me until my freshman year of college. And even in college, it didn't hit me until my second semester. So I pretty much flunked out of college. My first semester anyways. I got Fs in all my classes. And it was because I approached college the way I approached high school, which was I thought I could go into class, be on my phone, not ask questions, not do the assigned readings, not really do the homework. And it wasn't until I started to really understand that I needed to value my education that I started doing well in my classes in college. So long story long, in high school I really didn't thoroughly enjoy or value any class that much. But then when I got to college and I really started to understand what learning truly was, I absolutely loved every single class. My biology class, my math class, my psychology classes, my philosophy classes, my study of literature classes. I loved astronomy. I took astronomy. I just loved learning about new things. So, yeah.
What is one message you have for your students and or younger generations?
To really work on your growth mindset and your mental health. I think really understanding how you work and operate and having that growth mindset to understand that, those things that teachers say when they say you can be anything you want to be if you put your mind to it, that they don't just say it to say it, that if there's things you want to accomplish, you just need to try your best. And what does trying your best actually look like? And all these things are cliches, right? As I'm saying them, it's like, oh my, another teacher telling me to try my best and I can be whatever I want to be. But it's until you have that experience where you understand, sure, it may take you longer than the person next to you to become a doctor or become a lawyer or whatever it may be, whatever your dreams are, but to be realistic and to follow some sort of plan to then attain your goals. That's what I want people to understand, is to work on their mental health and growth mindset, to understand how they work and operate so that they can accomplish the things that they think will make them happy in life.
Very, very genuine message. I enjoyed that a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, that is all the questions I have for you today.
All right. Thank you
very much.
Of course.
All right, guys. So that's all I have today, really. I hope y'all enjoyed the video and just the different answers everybody had. 2 weeks from now, so I want to say May something, May 14th, there will be more interviews. So if you're at my school and you want to be interviewed and I have you added on Instagram, Snapchat, or anything, I will be posting a story and give me questions that I can ask people, and I'll use them. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching the video, and I hope you guys like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Make sure to do it now.